Hi guys, it's Jean Ann with healthadjacent.com. Today's video is going to be about living with fibromyalgia. Actually, more specifically, it's going to be about the symptoms of fibromyalgia. And if you are wondering if you have fibro or if you have some strange and unusual symptoms that you don't know if it's normal for other people who have fibro, this is the video for you. And if I don't say the thing that you're looking to hear, leave a comment in the section below and I will get back to it and answer it. Alright, so I actually made notes because I didn't want to forget the important fibro-related symptoms. And why would I forget it, you'd ask? Well, that leads to our very first symptom, brain fog. Brain fog is this. Not being able to think about anything sometimes. It's like you took cotton and wrapped it around your brain and everything is trying to like penetrate in through that cotton and you're trying to think through what's happening. I don't know what's going on in there, but it's like jambalaya. I mean, it's just like all mixed up. And it's hard sometimes to access words. Like, yes, English is my first language, but not when my fibro fog is out of control. You know what I'm saying? Second symptom. Really, this should probably be the first symptom. Again, fibro fog, but diffuse pain. This is not pain like, oh, I stubbed my toe, oh, I broke an arm, oh, I just had major surgery. All of those are, I mean, there's no doubt there's pain involved in differing levels, but with fibromyalgia, the pain just does not go away. And it's not, most of the time, it's not sharp and stabbing. It's kind of more spread out and all over. And, you know, really, the slightest things can cause pain. Like, oh, I think I'm going to touch your skin. No, I guess I'm not, because it hurts like a mother. Sometimes, like, my scalp hurts. My eyelashes hurt. I mean, just like the most ridiculous. Anything that is soft tissue can hurt. That's fair game for fibromyalgia. So if you have, when I was first diagnosed, my biggest problems were I had head and neck pain, shoulder pain, and then it ran down my spinal column. And then my PMS was awful. I mean, like I'm having a baby kind of PMS. And so pretty much fibromyalgia, it's a state of hypersensitization to pain. That's kind of what it is. Your nervous system is running amok and you perceive things to be painful that should not be painful to anybody. That's just the deal. So, diffuse pain. The doctor will tell you that there are 18 tender points to check on your body, but for layman's purposes, which I'm assuming we both are, it's pretty much just a lot of pain over like 50% or more of your body for like, I don't know, more than a month or 2 or 3. Like, it does not go away. Alright, so another thing is exhaustion. Exhaustion. I'm not talking about being tired. I'm talking about being exhausted just walking up a flight of stairs or waking up and feeling like you haven't slept. If you've had the flu, then you kind of know what that feels like, where your body hurts all over, and then you just are so tired because your body is like, I'm gonna get this illness and make you better. But that doesn't actually, that's not what happens with fibromyalgia. But your nervous system is on overdrive, so of course you are tired. I take a nap most days, and I try to get regular sleep at night, but that's another symptom of fibromyalgia, is poor sleep or disturbed sleep. And my sleep is Well, when I'm not taking medicine for it, I don't sleep well at all. I'm up regularly. And especially if you have pain, the pain wakes you up too. And the less you sleep, the worse you feel. So that's kind of fun. All right, next symptom. Here's something that's interesting. Again, because your central nervous system is involved, all of your senses can be amplified. So sounds, light, smell, taste, touch, all of your senses. It's sort of like being raw in a way. It's like as if somebody had just kind of peeled back a layer of skin and just everything is like, I don't even know what that's, I can't even figure out what that is exactly, what to compare that to. You know how, okay, I have an idea. If you are in a classroom and somebody's using chalk to write on the board and they scratch their nails down the board and you go, ew, like that, that kind of, actually that gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. That is similar to the feeling of having your nerves set on edge. So anyway, so your senses can easily be overwhelmed, bombarded. Light, I am seriously light sensitive. I have to block out the light, or sometimes I get a migraine. I can't take strong smells. I stop being able to wear perfume. What else? Sounds. I can't take loud sounds anymore. So, I mean, my music is pretty quiet. And that's actually kind of a bad thing because I've also recently realized that as I age, my hearing is going. I don't know. I'm falling apart. All right, now I want to talk a little bit about some other things that happened to me and probably happened to a lot of other people too. Well, the thing about fibromyalgia is that it affects everybody differently. So a whole host of things can also be happening in addition to these things, these first things. The thing that has happened to me a lot is sensitive skin. We were talking earlier about system sensitivity. So I mean, if you just look at me, I get a rash. Seriously, it's ridiculous. I have no idea why. My skin, I'm allergic to all kinds of stuff. Detergents and, I don't know, soaps. It's not as bad as it used to be, but I have sensitive skin. Yeah, there's no two ways about it. So sensitive skin. I have a really hard time regulating my body temperature, so I can go from sweating to freezing in a matter of moments. And again, that's one of those internal system things where your body is super sensitive to anything that happens. That includes heat. I know that for a lot of people with fibromyalgia, they have trouble digesting food. And that can be because you have some kind of coexisting disorder like IBS or some motility disorder with your digestive system so that your stomach doesn't digest the food, it doesn't go through it just kind of sits there, which is what happens with mine, which is fun party trick. And so you have to plan for that. In fact, I'll make a video about how to deal with digestive issues because it's a regular part of my life. So anyway, and I don't know if you realize this, I certainly didn't until I had fibro. You have muscles that move your food from your mouth all the way out. And again, any place that has soft tissue is fair game for pain. So there's nothing really like having pain all the way through your body while you're digesting food. Fun. Good stuff. Anyway, so trouble digesting food, and as a consequence of that, plus medications, plus inactivity, weight gain. I would say that since I was diagnosed, I've probably put on 50 pounds. And I am surprised, frankly, that I just said that. and it may or may need, I can't talk. That's how upsetting it is to me that I said that. It may or may not make it through the editing process, but it is not unusual, and that is not a giant amount. I mean, the medications that you take are essentially, they slow your system down. And do other things that even doctors and pharmacy companies don't understand, pharmaceutical companies don't understand. And it causes weight gain. What are you going to do? Run the Boston Marathon? No, you're not. I mean, there are degrees of fibromyalgia, and so, you know, on one side there are people who aren't affected as severely and they are more active, which is great. And on the other side, there are people who are severely affected, like me, who spend literally, I spend 3/4 of my day in bed. That's no joke. Actually, I spend it on the bed because I make my bed and I sit on top of it so that I kind of have a little Jedi mind trick there to keep me from thinking about the fact that I'm in bed. But I truly am limited physically in that way. So, weight gain, it's part of it. I said earlier, I think I said earlier that I got migraines, but I can get a migraine from smell, from light, from sound. I also have celiac, or a gluten sensitivity, and that can give me a migraine if I accidentally get glutenized. And once that happens, I mean, if you are a migraine sufferer, you know how migraines feel to begin with. So you pair that with fibromyalgia and all bets are off. In fact, I think fibromyalgia is kind of like a migraine for your body. The other thing, and the last thing that I'm going to mention is poor coordination. And this has been something that's been difficult for me to adjust to because I was very active. I played sports all through high school. I ran. I did all kinds of physically active things that involved coordination. And once I was diagnosed, or once I started to get sick, my coordination just, it was the pits, really. It was awful. In the very beginning, I would trip over my own feet all the time. I would fall regularly. I'd just be walking, all of a sudden, blam. I couldn't get everything to function. In a way, it was weird, almost like being drunk, but not nearly as fun. Not nearly as fun. But I still have problems with that. I kind of trip around, I spill stuff on myself all the time. I have to be very careful when I'm cooking with the knife. I can easily cut myself. I cut and burn myself regularly while I'm cooking. Not on purpose. Not on purpose. But while I'm cooking. And so, yeah, I have to deal with that. It's a weird thing. It affects your coordination and your it's almost like it affects your depth perception, Ooh, like that. Yeah. Anyway, so those are the symptoms of fibromyalgia. I take medication regularly, as I've said, and it does help me get to a point where I can be functional to a degree. A lot of my time is spent here in my house, and because I'm severely affected by the weather, the sun, blah, 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 fill in the blank. And so that's one of the reasons why I started the Health Adjacent channel and blog, because I found a lot of ways to have a full life, to make things easier, to really enjoy myself. And I mean, if it helps anybody, whether you're living with fibromyalgia or not, well then that's a good thing. And I'm happy with my life. I love my family, and I'd say that I feel better about my life right now than I have in a very long time. And man, that positive outlook makes everything just a little bit easier. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, cool, okay. Again, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Like this video, thumbs up. And if you are at all interested, subscribing, I'm just saying, a little subscription. I don't know why I did that. I'm DJing now suddenly. Okay. All right. Hey guys, have a good one. Talk to you later. Adios.